Shnerdcast episode 50. And look who we have here.
The big 5-0.
I know, right? It's the Holy Trinity, the fucking three amigos, the four musketeers minus Dan.
I couldn't say it better. The Holy.
The Holy
Trinity, yeah, dude. I love that. Good call, dude. Trinidad.
So, I know last time you've been on here, I think it was like, we were like in the 30s, like early, like late 20s.
You were at my place in South Sac. That was probably the last. Oh, not with me. You guys done it on your own, huh?
Yeah, last time I actually had Trinidad on.
I remember we're at your place.
We just watched Terminator, I think. The last time we recorded. Not last time we hung
I think
out.
you're right. I think we had recorded and went to go watch Terminator, right?
We did a movie review on it.
Yeah, kind of.
So that was like episode 28 or some shit like that.
Jeez.
That was a minute ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. But for people who don't know, Mr. Trinidaddy Poppy is going to become a real Poppy in a few months.
Dude, congratulations,
I don't know if you want to disclose that to the world or not, but...
Congratulations. Although it's probably super scary.
Oh,
somebody
definitely.
who is, like, proud with a proud heritage, like being Mexican, and then on top of it, you coming from a family that actually is, like, just in general, super, like, you guys take care of each other the best you can and do everything, like... I don't think that there's probably, of the group, a better person to have a kid. And there'll be a better dad. So congratulations, for sure.
Congratulations, dude.
Some genuine words.
Congratulations
from anybody before anybody makes jokes.
Also to his girlfriend, I'll cut her name up, but congratulations.
Yeah, definitely dope. You couldn't have ended up with a better guy. 100%.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. And no, for reals though. No,
There's
dude, for reals though.
Right, if you need
no, but basically, it hella is scary. And what I was gonna say.
By the way, my brother just had his first kid a few months ago, and he was the same way. And he's 6 years older than you. And he was same thing. He's like, this is the most terrifying thing ever. And I've never ever heard my brother be like, yo, I'm scared. And he's like, yo, I'm terrified. And this guy's
scary.
A little badass hippie boy. Like, he don't play. He'll rock some fools, but like. He is scared, and but after having the kid, he's like, he literally is like, I want to be a stay-at-home dad now. Like, I want to be with this kid all the time. Like, I love this little thing.
That would be dope. No.
He's like, I'll be a stay-at-home jiu-jitsu dad.
Fuck yeah.
You kick this kid into shape.
No, but for real, I hella appreciate that, and it is hella scary, and I can only I mean, I hope to be, because you're gonna, you have to do your best to be a good parent.
Yeah.
But you have to do your best, and then some, and then you flop, and then you
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Exactly.
How many times did your parents do something where you were like, "Fuck these fools"?
I know. I think everyone could say that, huh?
Yeah, everybody in this room was like, at one point, like, "Fuck this bitch."
like anyone's the same, right? And I feel like it did, because sometimes I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't have too much to say on it, but I think it's mainly just because I'm just like still kind of in shock of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't think anybody's ever, even if
nobody's prepared. Yeah,
exactly.
I think that even with, exactly what you're saying.
Prepared, it's just you're never prepared. Really, you're just. It's just.
But how do you prepare for something like? Okay, are you religious?
Bringing a human life.
Yeah, are you religious?
I mean,
better question, like, is there, like, a higher power anywhere in your belief system? Or
yes.
If no, I'm not fishing for that answer. If you would have said no, I would have still had the same reply.
Yes, definitely.
But
I choose to use the word religious.
Yeah, like, how could anybody prepare for, like Ben just said, creating a life? And it's like, but there's something that I think a lot of people miss out on at first, that they don't like one of these. It's one of these, like, yo, I just created something. This is like, I'm now gonna be here forever. Like, I'm here forever because of this thing. Like, crazy. You fucking did that.
That is true. That's a great way to look at it.
Everybody can say that. Like, I got my best bet doesn't compare to human life. My best thing is turquoise hair and music and YouTube videos. But like the life thing, dude. That's like that's
pretty
fucking.
Crazy, dude.
What does Doc Ock say in Spider-Man 2? He's like, and the power of the sun in my hand.
Exactly right.
And Aladdin and Genie and Aladdin. He's like, and all the cosmic power.
Somebody's been watching movies.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
I watched too many movies.
Hey, that Spider-Man movie though, I should know that quote because I've seen Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, the OG
dude,
ones,
those are my favorite series of Spider-Man. These new ones, I kind of like them, but I grew like I was like when that first Tobey Maguire movie came out, I was like fucking
I was a hater when it first came out. When
Dude,
I was a kid, yeah.
I was like,
I loved
the
it.
second one dropped, and I was like about it.
when was it? Like 2003 or something like that?
Yeah.
2004, something like that, dude. I was hooked. I went to Mexico, and sometimes it would get so boring there. I stayed there in Mexico for like 2.5, 3 months when I was like 14, 15, something like that.
Yeah.
And I found that movie. I was going through a little plaza and found that movie. Like, it was taped over. The box was correct and everything, but it was taped over. I think, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was in English and subtitled in Spanish. So I was like, and like I said, I was in Mexico, and I was like a teenager, so my Spanish wasn't that great.
Yeah.
So I was hella like, I was
trying to learn at the time.
Well, I just trying to learn,
struggling like a motherfucker.
struggling,
is what
and
he's
glad
saying,
that I found something that
In
to
English,
entertain myself.
Yeah.
I literally,
Because
dude,
you imagine if it was vice versa, if it was all in Spanish, but it was English subtitles, he'd have been sitting there reading, and the Trinidad we knew today could be way different.
dude. I swear to God, I watched the movie like fucking 30 times.
Yeah, dude.
I love that, and that's what made me fall in love with those. Obviously, the last ones were kind of cheesy. I think the one he was in, I think the last one he was in was 3 with, I think, the Sandman.
Tobey Maguire,
Yeah.
Venom.
Yeah.
Not
And that
really
one was,
Dude
that
from
one was,
Topher Grace.
Topher
that
Grace from 70 show. So
Yeah.
Really.
That's the worst person
Yeah.
you could have picked.
Did you like Tom Hardy as Venom?
I did.
Yeah, so did I. Okay,
I
yeah,
did.
so did I. That movie was like
I still haven't
crazy.
seen it, but he's
Well,
appropriate for Venom.
Yeah, if you don't watch it before, after.
You haven't seen
after
it, you
this-
said?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, one time we'll sit down because I
Dude,
can
we
definitely
gotta-
put that on for us. That would be lit.
You know what's funny though? How you're saying that the Mexico thing. One of the first movies, one of the first time I seen these movies was in Mexico, and it was CB4 with Chris Rock.
Oh,
And then-
CBA.
And that's where I got, because I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, 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 black. Yeah, like a whole
what
song.
did you say? What are you bringing up right now? What is this? I'm sorry.
So it was
The movie
Chris
for
Rock,
Chris Rock.
that made in like the late 90s, maybe like mid 90s.
You seen that in Mexico?
In Mexico, and I remember I was like, "What is this?" Because I knew Chris Rock, and my brother, like, for some reason, knew exactly what it was. He's like, "This is CB4. Like, this is hella funny." And I've only watched it my whole life, like 2 or 3 times. And if you've never seen it, anybody who's never seen it, definitely check it out.
It's one of Chris Rock's
especially if you like Chris Rock. Chris Rock is, if you don't know who he is, he's an awesome comedian, one of the originals. And I'm not gonna say it though, but just look it up. He has something with the N-word, but it's spot on.
It's
And you know what's
epic.
crazy?
It's epic. Yeah, the
if
whole
you
movie's
also
epic.
watch the Joe Rogan podcast, like within the last year, you might have heard him say that. And I didn't know this. That segment with that Chris Rock has with the N-word, he said it bombed. It took him like a whole year until it
Really?
actually started like
Before
rolling.
You pick it
like
up,
letting
yeah.
like people start thinking it was funny or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, that makes sense because like a good example is Sir Mix-a-Lot's "Baby Got Back." They made
Love
that
that
song.
song.
Yeah. They made that song, but the version you hear today is not what it was. What happened was he made that song and he put it out as a filler song. He had an album back in the day.
What do you mean a filler?
So you had an album, right? Like nowadays you still have albums, right?
So it's like
But
1 minute
It was
long.
It was a song that he put in there that he was like, nobody's gonna give a shit about this, and I need one more song to finish the album due to the quota of the record label. Boom, there's "Baby Got Back," right? The beat was different, the producing was different, the mixing was different. It sounded different, but the the general idea was there for "Baby Got Back" in the lyrics, right? So one of the heads of the label heard that song. Time had gone on. He heard it and he goes, "Yo, this is the one." And they were like,
Wow.
and Sir Mix-a-Lot was like, "Bullshit, this ain't the one."
Wow.
And he was like, No, let's change this, change that. Boom, that's how you know "Baby Got Back." And I like big butts and I cannot lie that
My
shit.
anaconda. What?
He- so-
My
so-
anaconda.
It changed because of like a record executive, not Jimmy Levine.
But
Yeah.
what you're saying, but basically what you're saying is, so did he write all the lyrics for that song?
Oh yeah, of course. Like he wrote the song. It's just the original song. He wrote those lyrics, and the beat was different. The whole format. So the way that you're hearing the song now, it was in a different format. So like the song didn't start out originally with, "Oh my God, Becky." They
Look
like
at her back.
yeah, like it all changed up, and then like that hard, like you could call that song a slapper now when you think about the way he comes in. I like big butts and the bass
Hell
drops.
yeah.
That shit slaps, right? But it wasn't like that before. It was different. They have an interview on YouTube about it where he talks about.
Do they? So how?
But he ended up. That's exactly what you guys are talking about. Sometimes those things they sit on those things, and like with the N-word joke that Chris Rock is talking about.
I guess
sit on
for comedians, that's the thing too. They have to like really work with that stuff.
Yeah, well, their stuff is
constantly.
more like if that I feel like if that song doesn't work out for like an artist, he's got like 10 other songs that could hit on the album.
Yeah, that's why they say you have to
like you said, a filler.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it was just a
filler song.
a
song that they were like, hey, you need one more song? And he was like, here, throw this bullshit on there.
And it somehow became the hit.
But he said it made him... How much money? He said it made him over $100 million in publishing that song.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, that one song alone.
That one song.
He spent all that money because he went bankrupt.
He did, but he's rich again. It don't matter.
Yeah, so he has all these sponsors.
That song is still playing. That song, he still gets money for that. I'm assuming.
I think he owns the publishing and the masters for that song. Correct.
For some reason, I always when you said that, it reminds me of.
And how many bands have covered that song too?
Well, dude, I can think of so many. So no, I can't remake shit like that. It's too expensive. Unfortunately, I'd love to because I'd start with all Nirvana's shit. I'd start with some heavy metal, like we were talking about Slipknot earlier. I would do hella shit. I would do Hosier's "Take Me to Church."
My girl went to a Hosier concert. She loves that dude.
Yeah, he's so dope. I have a fucking man crush on that little Irish fucker.
Oh my god,
he's so lit, bro. He's so lit. His voice is so beautiful, bro. His, you know, this. Everybody knows his hit song is "Take Me to Church." Like that song is, oh my god, it's so epic. His vocals are so powerful. The beat, the piano on the beat. The first time I heard that, I was super depressed working in Subway, right? And I was like, yo, I hate my life, I hate my life, I hate my life. And he was like, take me to church. And he started singing. I was like, I literally put my hands on the counter and was like, I haven't heard music this good in a long time.
Touched Josh's soul.
I was like, oh my god. And then like he did something super provocative with the video and made it about like gay couples or something. Like they showed the same sex people kissing. At the time that was like 10 years ago or 8 years ago. That was very strange to put in a video, especially because the biggest thing you've seen from that kind of shit was Katy Perry. I kissed a girl, and and that shit got so played out that it was like all of a sudden you got all these young girls doing that same shit, right?
Yeah.
But I like him too. He's dope. Hoser is dope. I think you say his name Hoser, right? It's not Hosier or
something like that.
I'm not sure. She says that how you. Well, she said how you said it, Hosier.
Hosier, yeah. Well, it's spelled like that. Yeah. But he is Irish. So
that's what
I
I've
think
heard
he's
about.
Irish.
That's how I heard his name said too.
I didn't even know about who he was until my girl was like, because she before me and her like were official, she invited me with her family to see that. Because he had a concert here in Sacramento last year. Apparently.
What?
And
I bet that was litty.
Right.
Last COVID probably his last concert.
That's hell true, huh?
Shit.
But I ended up for whatever reason not going. But she said she really enjoyed it. So.
Yeah,
nice.
Dude, I imagine his vocals are beautiful. Like yo, I'm a musician, but yo, that's a musician. You know what I mean? Like that's like think of your favorite metal bands and then be like, yo, these guys are musicians, right? Trini?
I'm good, Trini.
And then compare them to Nirvana. Good. You know what I mean? Like it's nah. Oh, I'll put it out for you. Well, you want any more now?
No, I'm good, I guess.
But like it's like comparing it to Nirvana. Although Nirvana's great, yo, the vocally and like instrumentally, yes, they're good, but they weren't like so talented that you were like, how'd they make that?
I think
they're still good, but
I think Nirvana was just unique, especially for the time.
They were great. They're the first grunge band. They're the first metal band out of the garage band.
Today,
amazing.
I think today they're probably so like put out there and overrated. Not overrated, but like put out there so much that like it's easy to kind of look past them. But in my opinion, I think they should it's very they should be very appreciated just because of that dude was like
epic.
He's like kind of singing the blues in his songs.
Yeah.
So it was like a different version of the blues in a way.
Rock
in my
blues,
opinion.
yeah.
It's
like when Muddy Waters came out and back in like on Chess Records and fucking was making all that badass jazz rock and roll music, and they were like
Muddy Blues.
No, Muddy Waters.
Oh, Muddy Waters. For some reason, I was thinking Muddy Blues.
Yeah,
I was like,
he came from a blues background, like ancestors. I believe his ancestors were slaves. They would have to have been, but like it would have been like more connected because this is like the 50s or 60s, and I believe he got a deal with Chess Records and he blew up and he created like rock and roll and all that shit. Well, he's one of the
real quick. I know you've seen it. Have you seen Little Dicky on TV on Netflix or Hulu?
Little Dicky. I mean, I know.
No, Dave. He's talking about Dave.
My bad.
Yeah, it has Little Dicky in it, but the show's called Dave.
Yeah.
Okay. No. I know Lil Dicky's that rapper though, right?
Yeah,
he sings that one
Little
song.
Jewish white boy.
I like that one song that blew up for him.
The Snoop Dogg one or the high one?
No.
Well, he has a bunch that blew up. He's hella
really?
Fucking, yeah, he has
I've only heard
8 singles. That are hella popping, dude. He's
really?
hella talented.
Yeah.
I've only heard of I personally, and it's because honestly, personally, I stay stuck listening to like, man, a playlist that I made, and I stay stuck listening to honestly
Forever.
like the same kind of songs over and over.
That's why I like. That's why I like
Nothing wrong with
Pandora though. Because Pandora will like force you to listen to other stuff.
Spotify will do it with a free account. They'll make you listen to new shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I do is when I'm at work, I put my phone in my pocket and I put YouTube music on and I let autoplay stay on, and then whatever they'll.
That's what we used to do in the restaurant, in the kitchen. We just plug our phones in and just go to the first like clean playlist, then we just bump that shit off with Bluetooth.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like me personally, I feel like I'm just hella like picky with music.
Yeah.
If like I can listen to a song if the beat is good, but if the lyrics.
Do you consider yourself an audiophile? Okay, that's like
no, I know what you mean.
An audiophile is somebody who's like a perfectionist with audio. Do you like consider yourself that, or are you just like, no, dude, this is what I like.
That's like my cousin Gabriel.
And if you're not in that category, it's just that I don't like it. But if you're in that, is that what you're saying? Like you have your taste?
because I feel like I like everything. It doesn't even matter.
That's how I was describing you earlier. Because I was like earlier when we were talking, I was like, usually I remember you like listening to like heavy metal screamo, rap, slappers, trap. R&B,
dude,
like,
all that shit.
I'll never forget that day that you were at Will's and we were kicking it at Will's and we were playing video games. I don't remember which one, but it was like me, you, Ben. I don't know, but you just started driving, right? And we're chilling there, and Will is showing you all this new heavy metal screamo music, and you're like, dude, this is fucking amazing. You guys are geeking out on it, right? And you're like, I gotta go. This fool gets in his car and turns on Mexican music, and he's like, just chills out. And I was like, this fool. That's why I always say it about Ben too. Ben has like crazy good taste in music. Our friend Contessa says the same thing about him. With you, I imagine that you don't really have that one specific thing that you're stuck on, like a genre you're stuck on, but instead you're like, I like everything, but I do have my palette.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like I just switched mainly back between like metal and like hip hop and R&B, or rap. I don't like
whatever.
I feel like that's kind of the same to me.
Yeah.
And those are the two kind of genres I switch back and forth between.
Yeah.
But like, but it doesn't matter because like. If I like a song, I just like it. It doesn't matter. But the thing with me is, I can like it's weird. I can like one song on a full album.
Yeah.
I like
everything else.
and hate.
No.
Is that weird?
No, I think
is that
everybody's been
wrong?
there.
Nah, dude, it's not.
I've definitely been there with
normal.
a few.
Yeah, that's normal completely, bro. Yeah, because there's artists that like I can't stand. Like everybody makes fun of Nickelback. I have like one Nickelback song.
Dude, I love hella. And you know what's hella funny? I love hella Nickelback songs. And I watched this YouTube video about how every song is almost like the same fucking chord.
It really is. They're considered one of the worst bands in the world. Like,
but hella people like them though.
That's why they're rich.
The lyrics
What's that one band,
are
Sublime,
different
that
every
like
time.
stole everything?
What was it?
Sublime or something like that. They stole like all the songs they had was like from a reggae, like literally every song.
Oh, Sublime would
Sublime's
always
hella popular.
sample everything from reggae songs, hip hop songs.
Yeah, like
They'd always
a lot of their
sample.
stuff was
But how they
unoriginal,
made
right?
their album though is incredible.
Yeah.
They broke into this college. They knew somebody that went to this college. There was the studio in the college, so they would get all snuck in. And they recorded their biggest album there on accident and got a record deal, and that's how they blew up. They were best friends with Madonna before the fame.
They were like, they went into the place, snuck in. They're like, we
Nuts.
smoked 2 joints and then we smoked 2 joints.
You know
We
that
smoked
band.
2 more
You know
again.
that band is still around, but without the guy who killed himself. The new band is called Rome with
He
Sublime.
killed himself because he couldn't live with the fact that he stole everything.
No, he OD'd on heroin.
My bad. Oh, okay, that's even
He's
worse.
having too much fun.
Yeah, his
He's
name
having
was
too much
Bradley
fun.
Knowles. His name was Bradley Knowles. He's amazing. He was amazing. But yeah, the new one is Sublime with Rome, and the new singer Rome is fucking incredible. He sounds very good.
Wow.
Like, I didn't think they could pull that off, but then I seen the live shows.
Yeah.
My coworker came in one day at Shell, I just went and seen Sublime with Rome, and I was like, yo, I've been wondering about them. How are they? And he's like, they're fucking incredible. And he's like, telling me the story, blah, 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 blah. Right? And you're like, it's one of those conversations where you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Then he goes, casually. And he goes, and then, you know, something weird happened. Like, this isn't a big deal. Like, you should have led with this fucking story, you fuck. Right? He starts talking, and he pulls up this video, goes, check this out. Look what happened during the song, I smoked 2 joints in the morning. During this song, this blue missile is what the air base was calling it. But it looked like it, like, popped up, and dude, he filmed the whole video. You can hear the song in the background, I smoked 2 joints in the morning. Yeah. And this fucking blue light goes up in the sky, sits perfectly still, takes off, sits perfectly still, takes off and disappears. And he has it on his phone. And I was like, post that on YouTube right now. And I put UFO video spotted. And he was like, what? And I was like, you're fucking about to get rich off YouTube. He's like, I don't believe you. He never did.
UFO video spotted.
Yeah? Tell me.
You're fucking obviously about to get rich off YouTube.
You're fucking obviously. Good call. That's a good acronym, bro. But anyways, I heard that Sublime with Rome is pretty good. Not to bore you guys.
This is totally random though, or like not random, but like going back onto what we were talking about earlier. Not switch top, just we were talking about Arcade Fire is one of the bands. I love that band. I listened to all their albums, but they came out with this one. I think it's called Black Mirror or something like that. But
like the show.
No, it's like Broken Mirror. It's like
something like that.
Yeah. Okay, it's their album. They came out with it like 7 years ago or something.
What are they?
It's like a
rock
like an alternative rock.
Alternative
band.
rock. Yeah.
They're from Canada.
Are they like fusion music? Like they combined elements of the music?
So, they're kind of. I'll have to show you it, but it's more just like you could tell they definitely changed their style from year to year. You know what I mean? Yeah. As like the years have gone by, because I've been listening to them since middle school, since pretty much we started kicking it. So
a while back, yeah. It's been over 10 years.
I seen them live in concert, and it was honestly one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. But they did come out with this one album. Like I said, I think it was like Black Mirror or something like that. Yeah, some shit. Yeah. I only like 2 songs on the album.
The rest of it shit.
I really think it's like one of the albums that has like most of their songs too, because I think they have like 17 songs or something on that. I'm like, this album.
That's what Trinidad was. Exactly what you're saying about what Trinidad brought up about how you can like one song and you're like, why the fuck is the rest of this garbage?
Yeah. So Josh, educate me a little bit here. So you were saying, or I was asking about, like. We were saying about how bands cover songs and stuff like that, and how it would cost you too much to cover songs. Basically, is what it sounds like you were saying.
Yeah, to do it legally and still get paid for it.
So, but how does that? So basically, anytime you use like someone's like lyrics for a songs, you have to pay them for that. I'm assuming.
Okay, lyrics. That's a little different. Like lyrics is like. Especially in hip hop, it's kind of like a hit or miss situation. Now, if you're talking about like, what's a famous hip hop song you know? Oh, okay, everybody knows. I wanna be a baller, shot caller. Okay, if you covered that, yes, you're paying for those fucking lyrics. Like that's the most notable, one of the most notable flow and melody and right. Mm-hmm. But if it's like,
or Who Let the Dogs Out,
or Who Let the Dogs Out, that you sampled that, of course, right? Yeah, you're gonna pay for that. When I'm referring to it is when somebody samples the literal music, like the actual beat, you know? When like you hear like Eminem and Lil Wayne do what was it? That song they did, the Tainted Love, or
the one I liked of one of them mostly is and that I know is like when it goes. When they drop the world on you, I don't.
Yeah.
Sorry. The only way I can remember is
when they drop the world, and then that chorus hits in right there. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's super expensive to cover songs, and so what ends up happening usually is if you don't pay off the top, like meaning like right from the start of the deal, if you don't pay to use it, they take a gigantic percentage of your royalties. Meaning royalties are what you make from how many times the songs are played. So like every stream on Spotify is equal to 0.00034 cents. I'm not kidding. So I have 20,000 streams on my new song, and then over combined almost 1 million plays altogether. And I just got like $60 the other day. So yeah, it doesn't. But so sampling then adds on to those costs or decreases from your profit, however you want to look at it. So if you're gonna sample or cover a song, then dude, yeah, it becomes expensive, especially if it's a song you can't get away with just covering and not telling anybody because you know nobody's gonna notice. Like, you know what I mean? And some songs you can cover legally because either they're like so old that the copyright owners are no longer around, so it's therefore like I don't know how those things work. I think like Beethoven, you can do
like
Beethoven.
When Michael Jackson died, like a bunch of people started sampling his music and stuff.
So yeah, some shit. I don't know. Yeah, but dude, to do cover songs is so expensive. Like whenever you most of the time would hear an artist do it nowadays, and it's only on YouTube. There's a reason it's only on YouTube because it's like the one platform where you can post
and just get away with it.
Maybe get away with it, but if a copyright claim is claimed, then they just get paid for all the views you get on your video. So, and I have about...
It's not like you get really in trouble.
That's why. Yeah, you can still do the song.
A lot of YouTubers,
somebody else will just get paid. But if you make money off of that without ever agreeing to do that song, like there's a jazz player in wherever, my boy Don Welch in Texas did a cover song, and I guess the producer covered this one lick on this fucking beat of this original like jazz song, right? And it fucked him, and he can't get the sample, and the guy will not sell him rights to do it, not even have the conversation with him. And my boy Don's like, this song is such a hitter, and I can't release it legally because if I do, it's gonna have to be for free, and he could still come after me for doing it if that video gets a lot of views and he doesn't get the copyright claim.
What people do though is
you get fucked, to answer your question. Like unless you have a legal team to help you secure that license to do the cover song, then you're fine,
dude. Because there's hella, to be honest, dude, the only music, because like I personally said, there's I personally listen as far as official songs by the artist. I find myself listening to a lot of the same songs from when I was like a teenager, and not that I mind it.
A lot of people are like that.
I personally don't care. I like listening to those songs.
I still find myself listening to ICP sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck? Sometimes I just listen. You
know? But and then sometimes I find new stuff, and most of it comes from I'll be listening to a song on YouTube, and then there's something unrelated, and I'll click on it and I end up liking it. And sometimes some of those songs are a lot of like I'll have to link them. Honestly, I'll have to send to you so you exactly know what I mean. But they're literally. What they are is like they're songs that like some dude put together from
like mashups and shit.
From like it's not a person who they're Eminem lyrics. Then they like cross it with or mash it like you said with like some with like Tupac lyrics, and then with some 50 Cent lyrics.
What would you call that?
It's a mashup. I'm telling you, it's a mashup. They call it mashups. Yeah, or when it's like a solid beat that somebody made and they combined a bunch of verses from different artists, they just call them remixes. And then
that's what sometimes with the title remixes.
I'm telling you, once their writers association or anybody that handles their copyright, which is an automated algorithm, it just goes through everything that's uploaded on YouTube. Once it hits their algorithm and they realize that's Eminem's fucking voice and his lyrics, boom, it goes to Aftermath and Interscope and Shady. Those three companies get it. And then they hear Tupac's voice, boom, that goes to, I don't know who the fuck owns Tupac music anymore. I don't know who owns his masters. I imagine his mother or his family does, or because Death Row isn't around anymore. In fact, you ready for this? Death Row, the company that Tupac was signed to, you know who owns that now? Hasbro, the toy company.
What the fuck?
They bought it to make a line of toys, yeah.
What? To make a line of toys? Like what, Tupac action figures? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not joking, because they went bankrupt, and the last owner, Suge Knight, is in jail for running that dude over on camera.
Dude, I seen that.
I just referenced it in a new song.
Crazy.
No, and it's another famous rapper's like cousin too. So he went to jail, and it was on camera in the parking lot. They went to go meet up over that movie Straight Outta Compton. fucking, I don't know the specifics, but you clearly in this security cam footage see this big motherfucker Suge Knight get into his big ass Escalade or whatever that is, or what, right? And he runs this fool over, backs over him, and runs him over again and dips. And he was like, and then
shades on, bro.
Yeah. Funniest shit is in court.
At least that's how it was in the movie.
Yeah, in court, bro, he did not know that that there was security footage, because this happened recently, like in the last 8 years or something like that. He didn't know that there was camera footage from the parking lot, and he claimed self-defense. And they were like, "We get you running him over out of terror, but why did you back up over him and then hit him again and dip?" Like, everybody was like, "Yo, you're a psychopath. You're stay your ass in jail. You may have gotten Tupac killed." Yeah. Back to what we were saying. Fucking Death Row got bought by, I believe, Hasbro. I believe that's the toy company that bought them. It was a toy company for sure, but I believe it was Hasbro.
That's crazy, man.
Anyways, we went off on the tyrant.
No, that's all good.
Tangent.
And Trinidad, I want to ask you, what do you think about the Lakers winning the championship?
Well, to be honest, dude, I haven't really been keeping up with basketball. So other than LeBron, I don't know who the fuck else is on the fucking team.
LeBron, bro.
I know that fool. I think his name.
LeBron, dude.
You tell me if I'm wrong. I think his name's Anthony Davis.
Yeah, you better put some respect on AD's name, bro.
Okay, see, but I don't even know if I had his name right. But
yeah, it's Anthony Davis.
But see, those are the only two cats, and apparently those are the two fucking all-stars of the team. So
superstars.
I don't.
So you haven't been watching any basketball? Like, you didn't watch any of the bubble action or anything? Why not?
Because basketball just doesn't do it for me anymore.
Next season when it comes on, we're gonna watch some games, bro. I'm gonna make you watch.
You know what I am down to do? You know what I do like watching basketball for? Is I like going out and watching a basketball game and having a beer and having a slice of pizza.
Yeah, it would be fun to go out and see a game and fucking just be kicking it out there. And
yeah, that's what I don't mind about it. But as far as basketball goes, I'm just and then R.I.P. Kobe.
I know, right?
Ever since that happened, it's just weird. So plus, ever since Kobe retired from Lakers, that's when I stopped watching basketball.
Yeah.
So
me and Dan seen him live.
See, I never got to see him live, man.
Yeah.
I regret that.
We saw him live one time. What? I want to hear it.
Do you guys know anyone that has coronavirus?
I knew my boy Shnerd. He's a Punjabi dude up here. I practice.
They lied to him. He didn't have it.
2 people.
His uncle did.
Yeah,
look,
dude.
I can't say that I've read anything. Like, I wouldn't know personally what to classify as knowledgeable or credible resources, because everyone's going to be saying something different. So how are you going to really say what's credible? You know what I'm saying?
Well, first off,
my thing is, as long as somebody... Don't scoot over, baby.
It's from like people who have actual educations and have
and also on top of educations, and then also top of material sources that credit what they're saying.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
they didn't just come out and go, well, these clinics are making it up. What happened was people looked over reports and they found patients that were cancer patients that were labeled with corona that were like stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's a huge factor.
I was telling Trinidad that
they're dying from cancer.
I was saying earlier.
I'm not saying that corona's a lie. I'm just saying what you're saying on that aspect. I will say, okay, that was actually a reported thing for sure.
Things saying that hospitals were fucking getting credited money.
Yes, I've heard that from multiple.
I've heard that too.
I've heard that from multiple. I've never read this, but I've heard from multiple people that have read that hospitals are getting more money for reporting coronavirus cases, and it can't just be a fucking coincidence that fucking California, they had this whole fucking mask thing, we ordered too much masks, we thought the coronavirus was gonna be worse than it was, and we ordered too much masks to make available, and now we have to sell them. So now coronavirus is actually fucking
really bad.
You have to buy these masks. Not only do you have to buy them, you have to wear them 6 feet away from each other. Like, dude, it's
I
not
find
all
one thing I will,
coincidence.
One thing I will find weird. Now, this is part of the conspiracy type of theory thinking, at least, and this is one of my only things, is the amount of celebrities that got it and were very vocal about it was very strange. It felt like when Trump got it, it was really strange because he recovered so fast, and they needed that commercial. Recover on. He was like, and thank God. I think that's what it's called. Didn't we look it up last time?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he literally was like, and thank God we have a new drug called Recover on. And then what was really weird was the elections ended, and then they're talking about a 90% effective vaccine all of a sudden.
Dude, I recently got an email.
What the fuck? That's cool. That's my one little thing. Those three things line up. I'm like, that's weird, bro.
Actually, on the way over here, we're listening to Joe Rogan podcast today, and one of the dudes was saying something about the vaccine. I forget what he was saying, honestly. Fuck. I can't, like...
It's hard to re-articulate the intelligence that's on that show between even Joe and then most of his guests are just so brilliant.
And also, like, me and Trinidad were, like...
Check this out.
Talking a bunch and going in,
Smoking.
Look at my email.
What? Volunteers for the... Oh, yeah, that's weird. That's actually a clinical research. That's pretty weird, yeah. They're the same. Show him. Don't show the cameras.
Jeez.
Because your email will be in there. Then if this video goes viral, 1 million people will hit you upside the head. You suck dick.
That's not true.
That's not true, just for people who's watching.
Definitely not. Hey, we're good here.
But see, so I don't know, man. Look, I'm not saying coronavirus, COVID-19 is not real. I'm just saying it's being over-exaggerated, making people scared on purpose. And then also, it's crazy to see how much, how scared the government can make the public to forcing them to stay inside. Dude, my dad's walking around. He's not anymore.
Yeah.
But he was walking around with like fucking sanitizing things and sanitizing the gas pump before he touches and shit. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that if you want to be clean. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that if you want to be clean.
You saw today.
Did you see that video that they posted with the gas pump? It changed my life forever after I seen this. This girl gets out of the car and she is, to put it safely for YouTube, very hefty. And like gets out of her car and faces this guy, right? So you're this guy filming her, so she's like this. She grabs the pump. She goes to grab the pump and she stops and she pops her. She goes to reach in the car because she realizes she hasn't popped her gas tank thing open. And yeah, she's white trash. You were all thinking it. And I was, at least. And she reaches in, pops it. She's a heftier set woman. And the thing opens. She reaches in her pants and digs in her ass. And when you say dig in your ass, you're like, what did she hit the cheek? Or no. Down her little, what looked like a diaper butt. She reached in between the butt cheeks, and you just see her go like this, up and down the center. And then she grabs the pump. And after I seen that, and that was at the start of 2020, I seen that, it was enough to wig me out about grabbing doors. Dude. So whenever I get back from places, the only reason that I'm like this is because I'm using this new era that's happening as an excuse to have a valid OCD for how gross human beings are. Sorry. No, I'm sorry.
I get it when you see it in that aspect.
Yeah, trust me. Humans are just gross.
Trust me, I worked at a car wash, and you don't understand. Yeah. Some people treat their cars like they're fucking.
You told me that one story about the
trash can?
Moldy food all over the car.
Dude, yeah. So one time I was cleaning out the car, and there was hella trash, and he was like, literally, it was like everything inside, just throw it away. And when he got out, it was trash everywhere in the fucking car, dude. And I just remember there was at the bottom, like finally there was like looked like milk spilled or something. But I just remember I lifted it up and this dust came up. I just remember being like, like hella breathed it in.
He gained an immunity. All my mushrooms right then and there.
It's all my lungs and shit. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but I just remember being like, oh, it's so fucking gross, and it was the worst thing, like one of the worst experiences I've ever had cleaning.
Dude.
And one time I was really sad though, because there was one time where fucking this lady came in and her car was like that trashed up like really bad, and then I went into the back and there was this, bunch of kid snacks and kid like juices and all this stuff. Like not like juice boxes, I mean, and fucking when I like. You just see how dirty it was, and you knew there was a kid, like there was a car seat in the back, and that broke my heart, bro. I was like, damn, this little kid
dirty ass car
is living in a fucking pigsty.
That's the first thing I'm gonna do. Is I already cleaned my car. My car is clean right now, but I'm gonna get it like.
You should have brought it to my job, but I would have gave you some. I would have personally fucking vacuumed and cleaned the fuck out of your car, bro.
I appreciate that. Maybe I'll bring. Well, you're not working there right now, but.
He's like, my bad, Corona. He's like, my bad, Corona.
But the first thing I'm gonna do is like a few weeks before the baby's here, is I'm gonna get my car and her car, because I clean my car and her car.
You gotta get it detailed.
Like gonna get it detailed. Like I don't care if I spend $100-$150 to get it like sanitized, cleaned, like fucking properly.
Yeah.
Is what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna get it like and bam, put a fucking car seats in there. I got 2 car seats already. Put one in my car, one in her car, and then bam.
Yeah, you gotta do that, man. That's the crazy part.
Nah, dude, it makes sense though. Like it's not even that. Like my brother, they live up in Nevada, right? Like, and they just had my niece, and shout out to my little niece if she ever sees this little Lily. Cocaine is a beast. Remember that, your uncle? Hey, but they just had her, and they went to go see my mom in Sac, and they wanted to come up here, and like part of me, I was busy that I was legit recording all day that day. Yeah. I was doing the reactions and like making music shit, and I was like, nah, I don't got time. Like I hate to say that, but. She's a baby. She won't even remember. But, like, so they came out to Sac to go see my mom. And they fucking went and seen her, and they were all in masks. And, like, they were like, okay, we're not sitting down on any of the furniture kind of thing. And, like, to be honest, like, me and Ben all day could be like, no, I get it. But in no way, shape, or form is it the same like what you're saying, like, yo, this is my kid. Like, if I made this motherfucker is gonna come into this world safe. Like, that's what I think you're getting at about like cleaning your car. Might as well take those, like Ben said, might as well take those fucking precautions. It's a what'd you say? You're like, it's a crazy must or whatever. Like, dude, it's a crazy thing you have to do now. Like,
yeah, I mean, I've been like, I do it all the time. I always, whenever I go into the store, my mom and my sister take this to the stream. They clean like each and every fucking
thing they touch.
Yeah, they don't like shoes in the house and all that stuff.
Oh, right,
no, yeah, I totally understand too.
Yeah, if you're that way, dude, you know what? How your mom's at an age where it's like, and she's such a good woman that it's like, let her take all those damn precautions and make you take those precautions, because like we want women like that around, like on top 100 all the time.
Well, look, I don't think it's bad to take precautions, and I get that stuff. I just think it sucks, or I just don't think it's right when they admit that they're lying, and and then so what? Okay, what else are you lying about? Now it's kind of hard, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it would be kind of hard to trust, and I just look again. I don't think it's bad to take precautions. It's good to be clean, and especially after what you just. After what you just told me, some fucking...
The knowledge on the lies and shit like
the fucking...
that.
Well, no, the fucking heifer fucking rubbing her fucking ass and fucking grabbing the fucking...
Called her heifer, yeah.
Fucking...
Yo, 10 out of 10, my God, that was lit.
Fucking... And then, well, let's be... You know what? If she's going to be doing that shit, she's a heifer.
She's a dirty-ass heifer, bro. She's a dirty-ass heifer.
So, look, that's so true. Like, I don't want to be grabbing a fucking handle after you deliberately grab your fucking ass crack.
Yeah, dude, look, I don't own a car, and if you got out of your car and you were like, yo, I'm about to grab this, and if I even seen that as a neighboring gas tank attendant or person, like getting gas, I'd be like, don't touch that shit. I'd be like, hey, this nasty ass hood heifer, fucking
caution tape, bro.
Yeah, dude. Now you'd all throw something.
I'd be like, clean that shit, bitch. Sanitizer at her and shit.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
You'd have to say something. Wouldn't you?
Dude,
I'd be like, hey, don't be digging in here. You know what? If you don't say something, because not everybody's that bold and like confident, right?
Yeah,
the least you could do is go in and tell the attendant, yo, there was this nasty ass fucking
dude,
bitch
at least
digging in her ass. Like, can you?
Yeah,
I hate to ask you
you'd
this,
have to
but
maybe exaggerate, like, oh, this person was like had
No, I would-
shit on their hands, literally.
dude, no, I would tell how it was, how gross it really is. I'd be like, yo, she was sitting there, fucking way overweight, and dug into her sweat covered pants. Yeah, and dug into her ass and pulled out her hand that was in her contact with her butthole. And touch the handle of your gas pump. Yo, that's how you spread disease. Like, that's so frightening, bro. Like,
dude. Somebody touches that and touches their mouth or face or fucking.
Hey, so with that being said,
crazy.
what's
bro.
what's the worst jobs you guys have had?
Ooh, Ben, start that one. Can I expand on that question real quick? What's the worst job? What's the worst thing you've had to do at your worst job? Like, the thing that you were like, okay, this is fucking enough is enough. Like, it was bad, right? Like,
I'll blank the name out because fucking it's a big corporation.
By the way, I don't want my names blanked out. I want them all set. No,
Yeah.
It's a big corporation.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big corporation.
By the way, I've heard really bad things about this since I brought this up to my homegirl Casey. Yeah, she was telling me same things that I was telling her that Ben told me, and I was like, Ben was saying this. And he's like, yo, yeah, that's
they trained bad. They trained very bad for what I was supposed to do. But
dude. Also, like that day that like you had to do that shift back to back.
No, so that's what I was gonna bring up. So they started me off with like pretty much part time, like 4-hour days for like 5 days,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Started
Or,
like kind of
3
slow,
days,
slow, yeah.
And those are the days where they're supposed to train me, but they didn't really train me.
Kind of pointed you in the directions that go.
Yeah, there's literally a fucking, you know what I mean? Those what are those called? Those machines you use like to lift up and move up the fucking.
Like the
pallets and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
What, forklift?
No. Forklift. Yeah,
the forklift.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about the pallet lifts.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
about
I
the
know how to
hand
use.
ones.
Yeah, but no, they're the machines, and they're
the
like
forklifts.
they're like so. That he stood on it, and he's like, "This is how you use it." He's like, "You back up, you go for it, you turn around, and this is how you lift it up." And he lifted.
Oh,
up.
it's a pallet jack, probably.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
and
yeah, it's a pallet.
And
that's what I was talking about, pallet jack.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "So you want to use it?" And I was like, "What?" Like he's like, "Yeah, go ahead and jump on it and just use it."
Oh yeah, pallet jack.
And I was like, "What the fuck? I'm not about to just like I'm gonna fuck some shit up. I don't know what the fuck."
Oh,
I'm
dude, I
doing.
would have jumped on that bitch, dude, and fucking were like, all right, well.
Donuts.
Well, I didn't trust myself because I'm like,
You
I'm
made
not
the right decision.
I'm not gonna fucking.
I'm sorry.
And then also, what sucked too is my boss and like my other supervisor were fucking married, so they fucking
I forgot about this.
So okay, so this is what happened, dude. They trained me to do all this stuff and they taught me everything literally in like an hour, and they're like, okay, go to work. Fucking yeah, I just remember they started working me full time 8-hour shifts, and I remember working like it was something like fucking like 2 to 10, and the next day they wanted me to come in at 2:00 in the morning, and then I told somebody and they're like, no, that's not legal. You can't do that. And I was like, what? And then I talked to somebody and
unless they get your permission.
Yeah, I talked to somebody and they're like, oh, we're sorry, we didn't know we did that. And then
how do you not know you did that? Like,
so they let me come in an hour later, but then they what's funny though is they scheduled
me. Like what's an hour?
I'm coming in at 8:00. Thank you.
Yeah, like I'm not coming at 2 or 3. Exactly
or 4 or
what
5
you
or
said.
6.
Yeah, I'm coming in at like
I'm
8
gonna get my
a.m.,
8 hours
9
of
a.m.
sleep.
Yeah.
Nah, that place was pretty garbo.
Like Ben with the pallet jack. So like, what's your worst job? Like you asked.
Well,
For you.
For me, I feel like the worst I've ever had was probably, man. Let's see, I've had that.
Yeah, there's so many after a point. You're like,
yeah.
God damn. And then when they're
and you
all
forget,
bad,
you forget you work somewhere. Something. You forget.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Like, or when you work for somebody.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah. Oh, shit, bro, I used to work for them every week.
I forgot I did that. I think so far, probably the worst job I've had is probably when I was door to door when I was doing Kirby cells. When I was doing the vacuum cells.
Where?
So he was working the Kirby cells. These are like a vacuum company, right?
Yeah. So Kirby
door to door selling.
Look, I'm not gonna talk.
No way, you did door to door selling, bro?
Dude, for a little bit,
hard, bro.
Dude.
So hard. In Frisco, they tried to get me to do it with knives.
Oh my.
Cutco or whatever.
Dude. Dude,
Me and you, yeah, we're on the same page.
Oh
This
my
company,
God.
everybody I know that has like worked a lot of jobs has worked for this company, and what they do is they bring you into this thing, and they're like, they talk you up real big for training, and they get a penny. Right? And they're look, our products are really good, and they get these scissors they make, and they literally cut a penny in front of you. And you're like, holy shit, how much am I going to get paid? And they're like, look, you're going to make commissions. How much ever you sell, you get a percentage.
Okay.
So-
Trinidad, finish the story, but then I want to hear both you guys. I want to hear your like the worst possible thing that happened to you if you would that somebody
Any
let
job.
you into their house. No,
look.
that let you into their house when you're trying to sell these.
Oh, okay.
But first, no.
Wait, so did you actually do it?
Fuck no, it was in San Francisco,
Okay.
bro.
Oh,
I
you
did. That's why I can't answer that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go continue your story and then tell us.
Okay. So yeah, I did the Kirby. First of all, I'm not even gonna sit here and shit on the vacuum, because the vacuum itself is a fucking like
also,
legit ass fucking vacuum.
I think I have to make an argument for this too, just real quick. When you get older, it's really weird how you get pleasures out of buying things like
little
vacuums,
things, yeah.
Or
no, for real.
No,
It's
I'm
true.
serious.
Like,
I'm
I
dead
do that
serious.
I do that with pans and fucking cutting boards.
I
and
bought a new
fucking-
baking sheet to make us, and the muffin sheet to make us those
oh,
egg
yeah,
things.
dude, that shit
and I
was
was
bomb, by the
stoked
way.
because so I made us these egg cups.
5
Anyways,
star.
that's the story.
Well, little. When you get older, little things like little
They
things
mean
like,
more.
They mean more.
Yeah.
My point is but at this point, when
So
I was
the
doing this
vacuum's,
job,
like not bad.
yeah. The point is, at this point, I think I was like, man, I think it was like 23, maybe 22, 23, maybe a little younger, and the point is, the vacuum. I'm not gonna shit on it. The vacuum wasn't that bad. They're just hella expensive. But the point is, the worst thing that ever happened to me, when I said enough was enough at this job, dude. Oh my
I'm
god,
sorry, I had to laugh.
Because we know a good story's coming.
When I said enough,
dude.
Yeah,
one
we
time,
know.
dude. One time, I went and knocked on this guy's house, and dude, my first job was on the phone as a telemarketer, like selling over the fucking phone. So I figured, all right, well, maybe I'll just be a little natural at this door-to-door thing. But dude, door-to-door, dude, people will motherfucking try to fight you, bro. Like, dude, I remember this one dude. It was me too. I was being a little pushy because you're supposed to be a little pushy.
They
you know?
tell you that.
Yeah.
They tell you even over telemarketing with you. You say they tell you.
They tell you to be pushy. And this dude, this one dude, hella got in my face, tried to fight me, and then finally, this dude, they have you out there crazy. They'll have you out there right now, walking around like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, trying to knock on people's doors to come in their house to wash the fucking carpet, and. And then,
I didn't even think about that.
Dude, I
with
know.
this scenario, that whole aspect just escaped me. Dude. You had to.
it's fucking November. It was literally during this time too. I remember because the company had like a Thanksgiving like party and they invited me and everything, but I had the family thing to go to or whatever.
Yeah.
But literally would have me walking around at this fucking time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, knocking on people's fucking doors, trying to get a fucking like
that.
trying to walk in, try to clean their fucking carpet. And I was like, dude, fuck this.
Yeah.
I fucking I looked up on my phone. I grabbed my fucking phone, looked at like the nearest fucking like place I could go chill at, and there was a fucking Jack in the Box. So I went to fucking Jack in the Box. I bought some food, and I called my brother to come pick me up. And he was like, aren't you at work? I was like, dude, fuck this job.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there and eating my food, and at the same time, my coworker, because I was there for like maybe a month at the most, a little over a month, and and there's these two dudes, I became chummy with. I had a car. They would smoke me out, and I would give them a ride home because they didn't live too far. They lived like a little bit past before where Dan lived at their apartment complex. So I just dropped them off there. They smoked me. We smoked a blunt on the drive back to their apartment, and so on that day, I went to Jack in the Box. I was like, fuck this job. Call my brother. I gave him the address to where I was at. Told him to come pick me up. And then like not 5-10 minutes later, that dude walks in. My coworker comes in, and he's like, you taking a break? I was like, nah, dude, fuck this job. And then
I respect that a lot, dude.
Right.
How much?
And
for
then
real.
And then he's like, oh, fuck, dude, it's like that, huh? He's like, fuck it. So he went up to the fucking register, bought himself some food, and sat down with me. And then he's like, how you about to get back? And then I was like,
showed up or something?
huh?
Your brother showed up?
I told him, I was like, I hit up my brother and he's about to give me a ride back to the, cause so like I said, my coworker came in, and pretty much did the same thing. And he was like, how you gonna get home? My brother, I was like, my brother's about to come pick me up, and he was like, can I ride with you? Cause dude, and tell me why what you would do is you would show up to work like at 8-9 o'clock in the morning, and you would drive to the office off Watt, and then you would jump into their company van, and then
go out like some scavenge, like
militia, and then 3 or 4 of you to a van, and then you would go to a fucking neighborhood, and then bam, hit that what neighborhood.
All of our parents told us not to do as kids.
Right. And then tell me why this fucking, it wasn't even a fucking weird company van, bro. It was this fucking like one of those 19 fucking 80s, like the fucking
the RV or some shit,
like the mystery fucking machine from Scooby-Doo or some shit like that.
It was like a hippie van.
Yeah. You know what I'm fucking saying?
Like I'll rape you van.
Like hella old school van. A fucking and I'm in there.
If you let us in your house, we're not just sucking up the carpet.
Tell me why. What does it look like? What did it look like? You're fucking you fucking walking around. You knock on someone's fucking door. Hey, can we clean the carpet? They say
yes.
That's
such an outdated idea, though. You got to think that concept comes from what, probably the 40s and 50s,
dude,
when first medical equipment started coming out,
dude,
and the television. They went door to door with the television. Like, that's crazy. Like, you're gonna have this. You're gonna want this in 10 years. Everybody's gonna be sucked into it. Like,
you're gonna buy this, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
tell you why. Why.
So did you? Was that your last day?
Yeah, so that was my last day. I was at the Jack in the Box chilling, and then my coworker comes in, and we're both chilling, just eating fucking food, waiting for my brother to come get us. And then tell me why. So the guy that drives the van, he's like our team leader, our supervisor or whatever.
He showed up?
He showed up, and he walked into the Jack in the Box and was like, so you guys done? I was like, yeah, bro, I'm done with this shit, bro. And then he's like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna have to do it myself then. Because we're supposed to, because we're supposed
all the vacuums he's like on his back.
Because we're supposed to generate, like, we're supposed to be like hitting like however many house
quotas,
and then eventually we'll get a cell or whatever.
Yeah.
And then but I was like, fuck it, and he has to hit his quota or whatever. But tell me why, after my brother came to pick us up, we showed up back to the office and the fucking van was parked around the office. This motherfucker just went home, didn't even take us back to the office, motherfucker.
What a fucking asshole. I'm just gonna do this myself. And
that's
just goes back
so
to the
fucked
office.
up.
So I just fucking...
That took a second for me to process. I was like, wait, dude, shit.
So
that's annoying.
Yeah. So I just but my car was right there at the office, so I just jumped in my car.
I saw that though, and you're like, fucking asshole, dude.
Fuck this motherfucker.
Like a second fuck you to your soul.
Right?
But that's probably the worst job I've had.
Takes the cake.
It probably takes the cake, yeah.
So what I want to hear is Josh, because I know you've worked a few odd jobs here and there, bro.
Dude. We could do a whole podcast about funny stories and then another episode about really negative. So how
think
do you
of the most.
We'll have a funny story.
No, we want positive. So let's stay away from negative concepts.
So think of the most random thing, maybe. Something that. So you worked at
Okay, so I have a few. So here, I'll tell. How about like a couple quick stories? Like my worst ones possible.
Speedball.
Yeah.
Speedball.
Okay, so when I was doing, I was a contractor's assistant, right? When I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
He was a neighbor, and I had gone over there, and I was like, yo, I'm trying to make some money. I was really young. I was like, I got my own lawnmower. Let me mow your lawn for this amount of money. And we sat there and bargained. And then it turned into me walking his dogs. And then it turned into me, like, coming along during his contracting stuff. That was how I did the contracting assistance, right?
Okay.
So we go to this one house. We'd worked together for a while one time. And this is one of the points when I was so depressed I still had, like, a chipped tooth. And I was super, like, not aware of my own, like, physical look kind of thing. Like, feeling like, oh, I'm not very attractive.
Still
and,
kind of
like
that
shy.
transitional age.
Yeah, like, and it was also, like, like you're not aware of your own skill at a certain age. You know what I mean? Like when you're like when you're like you know what everybody's got to know what I mean. Like some people like are just so amazing and you meet them and they're like, but when I was 18 I didn't know I was amazing at insert here. Oh, you know what I mean? Like whatever it was. Like
dude, skateboarding for me, bro.
Skateboarding, we all said it about Ben. Like anybody in this room has a story like that, right? Like all of three of us. Like I'm sure we all have something like that. We're like, God damn. Anyways,
I would say computers for you
at that age,
like, just like you know what I mean. And then you're a little older, but for you it was jiu-jitsu. You got more into that. I remember. I'll never forget when we went rafting, and then people were.
Oh my god! Oh, you
wrestling
were there for that?
Of course, I remember that.
You were there for that? I didn't know you were there.
He said, dude, you remember that?
I think that was one of the few times you went.
I didn't go. I heard the story from Dan, I think.
Maybe it was Dan who was there with
me. I talking about mud wrestling. And he was all fucked up.
No, then you fucking... Dude, you were literally inside
that night.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I think me, you, and Dan were kicking it. He was like, Trinidad's a beast now. He was trying to fuck these
No, it was just funny, though, because it was like
an
anime, because literally, like, because we had...
or maybe you told me him and he was acting real gay.
it was a raft, and then you had your double donut floaty, and then you had then there was another boat. But I swear, I was on the farthest part of the boat, and then we went through Gilligan's Island. Remember?
That's where everyone was wrestling.
Yeah. And
I wasn't there.
Dude, I swear you can't. You never came with us.
You didn't tell me. No, I'm pretty sure I heard this story from you.
I could have sworn
Dan.
there was at least one time you came rafting with us.
No, I came rafting with you guys once, but like
I could have sworn that
I just came on somebody's face. I didn't No. I went rafting with you guys one time, but like, I also went a bunch of times with Geneva and Sadie and them. Gotcha. Like, and you guys always would go. And the one time we went, we all got really fucked up. And I remember we got off at the end of our route, and I remember all of us were like, yo, we should not have done that fucked up. Like, we all were hella fucked up. Like,
I just remember, though, with this fool, though, because
I was at one end of the raft and then fucking darted because we were going past Gilligan's Island.
Dart, bro.
I wasn't there, I don't think. Or maybe was that the same day that we were really fucked up and maybe I was really fucked up?
Maybe it was just
I don't think I was there.
Because
the stories I always... The way I heard this story, like I was if I was there, then I was reminded. But if the way I recall it, I was being told was either from you or Dan, and it was the night we both kicked it. Mm-hmm. And I heard the story about the night he wanted to mud wrestle with these guys or something, and that's all I remember. But I don't think I was there because I only remember being told the story, and and every time we all.
Let me just tell you what happened.
I want to hear.
I didn't want to mud wrestle no dudes. First of all,
yes, you did.
Second of all, what was going on was we were rafting and we were going past Gilligan's Island, and as we were going past that Gilligan's Island's part of it,
he had a nap.
I noticed dudes. I noticed people were in a circle, and people were like fucking like they were like fucking fighting or like wrestling or whatever.
And let's start this conversation for everybody listening at home. Drop comments, hashtag I noticed dudes.
I noticed.
So gone.
It was. I swear it was around 4th of July because I just remember.
It was super.
It
was dude. Yeah, that summer in particular, bro. From what I remember. It was fucking crazy that whole fucking summer. Yeah. And basically, so we're going past that part of the river, and yes, I noticed a crowd of people wrestling.
There you go.
And
hashtag on those dudes.
and we had a pretty big group with us too. We had quite.
That's why I thought Josh was there. But
we had quite a few rafts linked up.
I'd be like, Trinidad, go get it.
So I was at one end of the raft, and then fucking we were past Gilligan's Island, and I noticed what was going on. So I fucking darted from one end of our raft to the end, and then fucking swam to the island to see what was going on.
So anybody who's watching this right now, look up Garlic Jr.
Look up Shnerd naked.
look up Dragon Ball Z.
You would want to see
Garlic Jr. and then put Chi-Chi, and then it'll show Goku jumping out of the water hella fast to save Chi-Chi.
I just watched this shit. Like, so ridiculous.
That's exactly. He's like, ah!
Dude,
all I remember,
dude, the Duke
so
homie
ridiculous.
got choked out that day.
All I remember,
day we were
Trinidad.
watching it, homie, dude got choked out.
Trinidad. I don't know if you
watched that happen
in the water. Yeah,
oh
dude.
shit!
I'll never forget this though. You said, because I remember we're all joking around later. I don't know if it was later on in the next like following days, but I just remember we were joking around and we said something like along the lines like, "Oh, you wanted to wrestle that one dude, huh? With the fucking." Because somebody had 4th of July like Speedos.
Yeah.
And then Trinidad was like,
I want him.
what's hilarious?
You know what would have been great?
What's hilarious?
You're
No,
remembering
Trinidad-
what he's remembering what he wants
and
to
he's wearing
remember.
Mexico flag. He's like,
What-
let's go.
What's hilarious is Trinidad was like,
Hell yeah.
I
he
would do
literally
it too.
said, and
I
I
represent my
quote,
country.
he literally said, and I quote, was like, I would have taken those Speedos as a trophy, pretty much.
Shut the fuck up.
No, you said I would have taken those as a trophy.
I wouldn't. I didn't say.
I would have
nothing
walked
like
away with those. I would have walked away.
We would have put him on our flagpole on our
Fake
boat.
news.
So when you say you're like, I want him, it works.
that. Fake news. Fake news.
Fake
He's drunk.
news.
That's fucking funny.
I'm sorry,
Dude, but so that's such a good. That's so funny. Back to what we were talking about, which was the worst jobs, right? Was probably like I think worse. Like that lady on Christmas Eve. I was really upset that I had to work Christmas Eve, and I was working at the gas station, and this lady goes up to the gas pump. She's like, shh.
Off El Dorado or some shit like that. Right?
She starts hitting this shit.
I remember you worked hella far.
Yeah, in El Dorado Hills. I used to bike up there. And from Rancho.
Oh my god, I
yeah.
wish people knew.
So that actually takes the cake for all the stories. Maybe I should just say that with the end of the story in this segment.
I was like, dude,
Yeah,
that's
anyways,
hella
maybe I
fucking
should-
far.
Yeah, so
That
that was
is
100. It was
hella
150
far,
miles a week with my work
You know-
hours. It was 150 miles a week on a bike.
So Trinidad, you know
That's that. I'll end that one with that, so we can end there.
So you know when you like drive up that big ass hill.
Oh yeah, I used to bike up that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't-
on the freeway
now,
you can't. On the freeway
you know-
you can't get up there. But if you take the only way to where I worked, that hill is equivalent. It's not just on the freeway. That whole region's affected by that hill. That's how
Now-
that valley is. So I would go up Iron Point and go
All
past
the
Blue
way up
Ravine, and
there,
I would
dude.
go up that hill until the dead
You know-
end, and then I would walk through all the fucking 1 acre or 2 acre
You
property.
know, you had it pretty rough because now
would
they,
suck.
they built. I don't know if you haven't been there recently.
No, I don't want to be.
Well, everything over there is all like there's like a whole street there. There's houses there, everything. So
Yeah, bro. I used to go to work in fucking trash bags for fucking 20 miles, dude.
that's
Sucked.
crazy.
Fucking sucked. That's I'm gonna end that story with that. Now that you bring that up, because I've had enough of this segment. But
So-
no, one funny thing though, that lady came up. She was banging her shit on the gas thing. She drove her car up into the automatic doors and waited for the doors to open. Like up to the thing where the handicap parking accesses to the front door. We're open till midnight, right? It's like
Yeah.
11:50, and she's like my last problem of the night. Basically, she's basically the early version of a Karen. And like drives up to the door opens and she just drives slightly forward to keep the door open. Gets
man.
out of her car and she goes, the fucking thing won't print a receipt, what the fuck, and she's going off. She's in a fucking Merry Christmas shirt, and I go, Merry Christmas, Josh. Like, this is awesome working on my day off. And she fucking starts freaking out, and I'm like, she's basically blowing up over a receipt. She's like, the thing won't print your receipt. And I go, hey, this is super easy. And she like got hella mad, and she was like, I don't like your attitude. And I was like, no, I'm about to solve the whole thing.
Dude.
What pump were you on? And she was like, I don't know, but it should have printed a receipt. And she starts blowing up, and I go, boop, and it printed up a receipt. And I go, here you go, you have a nice day. And she was like, it should have done out there. It should have done it out there. That's why I didn't want to come in. And she stormed off and skid off. And I was like, dude, you didn't drinking way too much eggnog and brandy, white woman.
Right.
Go back to your home in the hills.
Oh my god, that sounds crazy though. I've been watching this TV show. I told you about it, Josh, a few about a
Yeah,
week
fucking
ago.
Utopia.
Yep.
Yeah, we
I
talked
just have
about it
one
like
thing
a
to
week
ask you
ago.
guys. What have you guys done to earn your place in
In
this
society?
in this crowded world?
Well, I put up with your guys' shit.
So, anybody who watches that show, watched that show. Anybody who's watched that show would know that phrase. This is actually a really good show.
I haven't
but
watched it yet.
you haven't
since
watched it. You
recommended
have
No.
you have
Not yet, but I'll
Amazon
watch
Prime, Trinidad.
My girl has it. Yeah.
So
I've been meaning to watch The Boys.
So your family has it.
The Boys. I fucking love that show.
Dude, I'm not a man yet. I'm not a man yet. I want to rewatch it.
I just haven't got to watching it yet, and I want to watch
The
it.
Boys.
Dude,
The Boys.
I've heard really good things about it, not from just.
So
him.
there's another show. Fuck, what is that called? I'll bring it up on the screen, but it's with the same people that made Shaun of the Dead, the fat dude, and the
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Yep, and the same people.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's on Hulu too.
No, Amazon Prime.
No, but it's on that show. It's with those two guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fuck. Oh man.
It'll be on screen, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely these shows are the ones you're gonna want to check out, especially on Amazon Prime. But Utopia is a good show, I think. What sucks though?
An episode, damn it.
What sucks though is you have to watch at least you have to watch the first 3 episodes to actually follow the whole story, and then even then, once you watch it, you're not kind of sure if you want to dedicate to watching the show.
You were telling me it was real loosey goosey with the storyline.
It really is, and
the focus too.
It is because they kind of, I feel like they kind of kill people in the beginning to kind of do a shock value, but this will be more of a spoiler, like not more of a spoiler, but like if you watch the first episode, a lot of people get headshot, like popped. They literally knock on like the door, and they're like, "Have you seen this?"
Like,
and they're
no
like,
double tap needed.
They go to a cosplay place and they knock on the doors and they're like, "Oh, have you seen this?" And he's like, "Well, you have to let me, like, you have to talk to me like I am Action Avenger or something like that." And they're like, "Oh, have you seen this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I have." And they're like, and they just go hella crazy. So they get you.
This is a stress reliever for sure.
They get you interested, and it's good, but it's boring. But it's one of the most
interesting, boring shows.
Yeah, one of the most interesting, boring shows that you could watch. It really is, just because it takes a long time to explain the plot.
What is it called?
Utopia, and it's on Amazon.
Yeah, he was just telling me about it the other day, and I wanted to watch it, but I totally spaced it out because I started watching a couple other things.
Which, by the way, John Cusack is on it.
Is it?
Yeah.
And
then this dude, Dwight from The Office, and his name's something.
I always forget that fool's name.
I wrote it down. It's like Ryan Wilson.
Yeah, some shit. Yeah.
Wilson.
You're talking about from The Office, the TV show.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The American
I always
version.
forget his name.
I know who Dwight is, but I don't know who his name is.
Yeah, it's Rainn Wilson. I wrote down. So he's I mean, he's in it. He's good. It's just, it's just one of those things that. It's just one of those things that, I'm sorry guys, I have coronavirus. So I'm just Trinidad's like, weird. He went to his bed. Yeah, he went to a tournament. He went to a tournament last year. It was in Frisco. I wanted to go to, but
dude, I went to I've done I didn't go to one. No, I went to one in San Diego last year.
San Diego, my bad.
Something like that. Dude, that one in San Diego I did, it was for a tournament called High Rollers Jiu-Jitsu, and it's a jiu-jitsu tournament that it's revolved around jiu-jitsu but mixed with cannabis. So Burner's the one that he's all about it. So he helps promote the 2 guys that run High Rollers. They're friends with Wiz Khalifa. So Wiz Khalifa is all about smoking weed.
Yeah, he has his own strain. It's KK.
Yeah, and
that's lit. Yeah, his
so
own strain. He has a whole grow house. He bought a house just for growing.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what he did. He bought a whole. He talked about it on some interview or podcast or some. It was Be Real, probably with Be Real, the Smoke Box. I think I hope I'm saying. I hope I'm remembering right. But
it is Be Real and it is Smoke Box. I listen to it sometimes. I don't know if he
did the Wiz Khalifa one. I think, but I could be wrong.
I recently listened
so
to
many
him.
of those weed smoker channels.
Well, I recently listened to the podcast of Wiz Khalifa with Joe Rogan. And
maybe that's the one where I heard it from.
I can't remember.
He had a whole house.
I can't remember. I can't remember exactly, but I know
he was like, I smoke a whole ounce like every week.
Yeah.
He had to stop smoking blunts because the doctor was like, it's killing
that's
you.
on
Like,
that was on the Joe Rogan podcast. So
so the house thing was on.
He smokes. He says he smokes an ounce of weed, and he says he has to stop smoking blunts because the doctor said he had to. And so that high rollers jiu-jitsu thing is.
You're talking about that? No, I don't think you're talking about that one dude. The drummer.
The drummer. What the fuck are you talking about?
Which drummer?
The drummer for the.
Oh, Travis Barker.
Yeah, that was the dude who said he smoked so many blunts. He said
no. Wiz Khalifa said the same thing. Coincidentally, it's a coincidence. He, I know that for a fact because he posted it on separate things, and he was like, the doctor told me to stop smoking blunts. Like so, and then recently he posted up a thing where he was like, if you're in my studio, do not smoke blunts. I don't like it.
Well,
as far as that reference, but he said it too on the same thing. Yeah, he's like, I had to stop smoking because it started giving me.
He said if he smokes another one, it's gonna destroy his throat.
But sorry, Shnerd, go on, man.
Well, yeah. What I was saying was the high rollers thing has been around for like I said 5 years if that, and they're a whole tournament based around like jiu-jitsu, but like athletes who do jiu-jitsu smoke weed, and then the prizes you get is like if you get first place, exactly, weed based, whatever it is they give you. And I competed at that tournament last year, and I think it was last year in San Diego, and that shit was hella dope, bro. When I got there, bro, I was just so shocked of what was going on. Like it was at a hotel. It was at a hotel, and it was in a big ass room. And then the mats were just set up. There was a few chairs. There was like a line of chairs set up, and then down like there was a little downstairs area you would go to. It was like not even that far downstairs. It was really close. And that's where all the athletes were hanging out, and or just like there was like a little side mat where you go stretch out, and then if you brought a training partner with you, you guys can like stretch out and then like kind of warm up or whatever. Yeah. And then when you got in that area when you go back, there was an exit into the back of the building you were at, and there was hella people out there, hella people who were gonna compete. Fucking smoking blunts, smoking joints, and this dude brought
the most chill situation ever, right? Environment.
Dude, it gave me. I think I smoked too much weed because it gave me too much anxiety. But
that's natural. Was that one like when you were just starting out?
Well, no. I did this last year. So like I said, I've been training jiu-jitsu for like going on 8 years now, and this was just last year.
Yeah, but you're still gonna get some performance anxiety.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure. It was the first time. It was the first time being so high.
Yeah,
fucking competing.
Of course.
And right before I got called up, I was like, oh shit.
You're like,
it's still in my mouth.
You're like, don't get knocked out. Don't get knocked out.
It's like Trinidad, but Trinidad.
Don't get choked out.
And it's like that. They call you. They call you like that too. Like you could be in the warm up area getting ready, or in the back smoking some fucking weed, and then they call your fucking name, and then you fucking run up, and then you jump, or you run on the mat, and if your opponent's already there, you get in your stance, and then bam, you go.
Yeah.
And then so that one was pretty dope. I didn't do I didn't do as well as I wanted to.
Go ahead, take it.
But the other ones I've done were Fight to Win, and those are the ones where I can like give you guys more of a plug anyway, because like the Fight to Win tournaments, dude. Like here, let me show you. Like fucking
dude, if you're doing these tournaments and it's not just because I'm drinking. You gotta make sure you let me know so that I can like give shout outs on my channel. Be like, yo, shout out to my dude who's gonna be like the next dude, and like I can hype it up because like you never know, dude.
Was this year or last year?
So look, but if it's gonna be video, mute it.
Was this year or last year?
This one. Sorry, muted. So this one was last year.
Okay.
But like if you can see, there's a fucking big ass crowd and shit, and then here's like a little video. It's muted. And then there's
show him this one after it's somewhat limited.
It's like the point is, it's like this video part is like it's broadcasted live.
Yeah.
And hella people fucking watch it.
Why don't you have it? Why didn't you? Sorry, that was hella rude. For now on, when you make tournaments and stuff, make sure you have somebody filming them with cameras like that.
Yeah, then that's what I want to do. It's just a first
and then post it and edit it in certain ways to like entice your audience.
Yeah, then that's what I do want.
I was just watching that and I'm like, yo, this is fucking actually dope. Like, like I'd like to watch more of whoever Trinidad Batista or
Batista,
right? Trinidad. I want to know who Trinidad Batista is.
And and I want to make more videos like that.
Yeah, it's cool, dude. And then the ideas with you and your girl doing that is really fucking cool.
So I want to see that on Pornhub, bro. Ground pound,
dude.
It's called the back neck stranglehold.
I'm sure there's a fucking category now on those fucking sites for like
what are the funniest
ground
things,
and pound.
I'm sure of it, bro. I'm sure of it.
I'm pretty sure they had like some MMA like.
There is, bro. When Corona
Ronda
came out,
Rousey lookalike gets pounded by
Oh
fucking
my
Conor
God,
McGregor
no.
lookalike.
Oh
That's
my
kidding.
Dude, we talked about this last time. Remember when Corona came out and they were wearing the mask porn?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this last time.
This was just not that long ago.
Yeah. It feels like it was yesterday when I was jerking off to hot stepmoms in masks.
In masks,
I have one question for you guys. What do you guys think of the next gen consoles? I know me and Josh have been talking a lot about
A little
it.
bit. Yeah, a little bit. Have you seen anything on them?
Well, I personally don't know much about them. I have a PS4 and I'm stuck on Madden right now.
And it seems like for the most part that we're gonna get all the same games on previous generation on this new generation. So like Xbox One, this console, and your PS4 and the PS5 and the Xbox X, the games that are gonna be coming out will be on both consoles.
Well, that's good
From what I heard.
For Xbox.
If they're still going to be making,
I think it's gonna be with PlayStation too.
I'm with Ben on this. I'm not gonna personally
PlayStation.
buy a new console until next year. So
Yeah.
I'm waiting no matter what. I'm not waiting. I'm waiting. Like I'm not buying a fucking new console right now. I learned my lesson with this fucking Xbox.
Me and Trinidad are talking like
Yeah, I will. We will. Yeah. So
we all have
agree
the
on
same
this, yeah.
the same. Yeah,
So
just
if you
wait
guys
till-
I wanted to get one right
videos.
away to get it. I wanted to get one right away to kind of get out of the way.
Never.
But
Don't, dude, because that's what happened with this one. I got this one right away. The fucking disk drive broke. Got it repaired. Still broken.
what the fuck?
I didn't have enough. I like.
Trinidad's right. What the fuck?
I'm not kidding, dude. I bought this shit brand new from fucking all brand new. I bought it with this TV when this first console first came out. I spent like $800, and I'll never forget because the cashier was like, "I ain't never seen somebody spend this much money," and I was like, "The fuck? It's like a TV and a console, and look how tiny this TV is."
You've never seen.
I was so weak. I carried that shit home on my bike, and I thought the way home, I was like, "You ain't never seen nobody buy this." Like, and then I realized it was a Rancho, and I was like, "These guys have little dreams."
Damn, that's so much money.
It broke. The Blu-ray drive broke. I sent it to the factory at Microsoft, right? I didn't have a console for a month. This was the month that I bought it. A month later, I get the console back, and like 6 months later, the disc drive breaks again. And it was beyond my warranty, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So with this new generation, I've already seen the reports, and I sent you the link of the Xbox catching on fire. Like, I mean, not fire, the smoke coming out of the console.
That's hella normal. That's
every
always,
time. Every time.
Even
time.
when I haven't been a console player in years, and even when I was a console player, that same shit was fucking happening.
Yeah, and then with the PlayStation, the updates, whenever you update a game, some games apparently are getting stuck in limbo. So you'll hit the update button and the game never updates. And so you can never play the game. And it's like, but it's a temporary problem. And it's like, this is, like Trinidad just said, this has always happened with every console from all the way back to PlayStation 1, Xbox, the original, to Nintendo 64, to Super Nintendo not being able to read the cartridges. Like,
or having like
like how many times did they finally release it to where how many games came out on Nintendo, Super Nintendo, until they finally started printing the label, you may have to not blow in this fucking cartridge to make it work. Do not blow in this cartridge. Yeah, you're putting all the moisture in there and you wonder why your game doesn't work. Like, get a can of fucking Free-Off or Air-Off or whatever.
So, from what I've seen so far as of now is, I guess, Xbox is not trying to win the war. What's going on over there? So I have a quick question.
What's up now?
What do you guys think of speedruns on video games?
Why do we always go back to this?
Well, I have a perfect example for speedruns because I play World of Warcraft.
Uh-oh.
And there's always speedruns because the way World of Warcraft work is you make a character, you get them to cap level, and then you do end game raids to gear your character. And the way the raids work is like you might get 1 drop or 2 drops a boss, and every raid there's like
So you know what
8 bosses.
What's DNR or something like?
Lay it down.
It's called like DN like something points. I think I know what you're talking about, and yes, I know what it is. It's like points. If like you're in a group, there's points you build up, and
RNG.
What we refer to it in fucking World of Warcraft was like DNP points or some shit like that. Basically, you get points by showing up to the group because you can't do you have to do a raid with like 25 like actual people playing or some shit like that.
Yeah, you have to have people.
You have to have a full
can't
group.
Just solo it.
Exactly, you can't just solo. You have to have a full group, and then to one raid, there's like maybe 8 bosses, and then each boss drops like maybe 1 to 2 pieces of gear, and
that's all.
Yeah, that's all. And then there's there's 10 or to 25 people in a group, and then that's how you get gear in the game. The point is you keep doing these raids until you get the best available kind of gear,
to legendary or epic or
whatever it's called, to your character build, and then there's people who are fucking like mad addicted to these games, obviously. So these people who are mad addicted to these games are hella good at the game. They group together. They form a fucking guild. They fucking like get the best gear in the game for the characters because they just fucking play all fucking day every day.
Oh,
and then they do speed runs for people like fucking me who fucking I go to work, I play every fucking once in a while. Just a casual player.
Yeah.
And I have to pay like in-game money
to
like gold
to
get a speed run.
Yeah.
And then what they do is like
wait, you have to pay gold to get a speed run?
Yeah, you don't get it for free. The group's not just gonna run you for free. If like, because what happens is they carry you.
Gotcha.
Like they carry you through the run.
So you're pretty much paying to get fucking
free to gear my character.
Yeah.
And so because they're taking me through the hardest instance of the game because they've already completed it, and what they do is they go into like a populated area of the game, and then they put in chat selling speed run for this amount of X gold.
Yeah.
And then you respond to them, and if you want to pay it, they're like, all right, well, it's going to be a 10-man group. You're going to be the 10th person, and all you have to do is sit back, and we'll do everything for you. Don't fuck us up, and pay us our gold, and we'll get you your gear. And as far as what I think about it is, well, I mean, you can't really stop it, right? Yeah. I mean, people are going to offer it, and I've never done it personally.
That's crazy how people do that. Like, I was talking about speedrunning, like, world records, like, trying to break the, you know what I mean? Like, trying to beat the game as fast as you can without that. But that's crazy. I didn't know those kind of speedruns even existed.
Oh, shit, damn. I went off on a whole tangent.
No, but I'm glad because you just educated me on something that I never would have even fucking known, dude. Because when I think of speedruns, I think of what you said, like beating someone the fastest way, but I didn't know that people would.
But you're talking about like
carry somebody like that.
Like playing fucking Zelda and beating it as fast as you can.
Exactly.
Oh,
but what you told me right there, though, I was like, that's fucking dope. I never knew what kind of there was different kinds of speed runs like that.
Oh well,
then you could actually pay people to speed. Josh, did you know you could pay people? You could have people. You could pay people to help you speed run in something like World of Warcraft to get the best gear.
It's a different kind of game. So
like how Trinidad had to like.
That's fucking weird. I didn't.
Right?
Yeah,
I didn't know
that
either.
Crazy.
No, well, okay,
like
well,
an assistant.
Kind of like you're just there for the ride, I guess, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But basically the speed run that you were
follow me.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Hey, that's crazy.
I take the fun out of the game. That's why I've never done it. But
Pay to
but
win,
the
I
speed
guess.
one,
That's
yeah,
true,
pay to
that's
win,
true.
exactly, pay to
The
win,
literal meaning of pay to win.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it does. It takes the fun out of the
pay
game.
to win, exactly. But the speed run you were talking about is, I don't really like speed
Being the game
runs
is fast.
in role playing games because then you can't get the story. You can't get the story all the time. You can't get the full
No, I don't speed
cinematics
run
and
I don't speed run. It's fun. It's cool. I like the concept a lot, and I didn't know this was like as readily. I remember we got into an argument on recording one time, me, Ben, and Will, because I was like, "This is bullshit. You can't speed run all games," and like I was totally misunderstanding what they were talking about. And I was getting super irritated because I was like, bullshit, you can't speed run.
This
like,
wasn't a recorded this before that.
yeah, oh, was it? Oh, and I was getting super annoyed because I was like, you can't speed run games like GTA or like, I don't remember the other examples I gave, but speed running it takes away so much from the game.
yeah, that's basically what my stance on it. It takes a lot away from the game. But if you want to get
Now, granted, I
They're
can speed
fast
run
and
one
no-
game, Tony Hawk. Any Tony Hawk game I can speed run in like fucking probably a day.
Tony Hawk's always hella fun.
Yeah, but it's hella easy. All at the same time, like take a sip and then give our opinion on it. But it looks good. I like the color on it so far. Want to make sure this one's filming.
This is, the beer segment of Shnerdcast.
The name of this is legit.
What is it called? Captain
Captain
Captain Save a Hop.
Captain Save a Hop instead of Captain Save a Ho.
I like it.
Um,
What's the percentage on that, Ben?
it's 7%, 7.1. Captain
that's
Save a
good.
Hop with pineapple.
Oh, I'm not a fan of
It's
pineapple.
made by West Coast IPA.
An IPA.
Oh, wait,
You're
my bad.
allergic, right?
It's West
No.
Coast IPA. You're not allergic, are you?
Yeah, because this is gonna
My
kill
bad.
you.
It's actually made by Full Circle Brewing Company, and well,
The last one we had was fucking so good. It was like a
yeah,
dessert.
dude, Moonraker.
Yeah,
That
the
one was a good
Moonraker.
one.
We had this thing called
Moonraker.
Moonraker. Was literally like a holiday. Like you would, if your kids asked for a beer, you would hope their first beer tasted that like deliciously
Look, it
sweet,
says
so they
hashtag-
could be an alcoholic.
Moonraker.
Beertainment. That's what it says.
Hashtag Beertainment.
I
Put
like
that on the
that.
screen.
Oh shit! Is this the Beertainment episode? Is this? Are we gonna use this hashtag from now on?
Yeah,
the Beertainment of the
Beertainment,
show.
bro. Hell
Beertainment.
yeah, dude,
All
I love
right.
that.
Let's
Hell yeah.
Let's drink to
Fucking
that.
Cheers to that, my guy. Everybody sip it.
It's very hoppy. Very hoppy.
Very hoppy, and it's also very light for a very hoppy beer.
It's light for an IPA.
It's
Yeah.
so light. Like it did, and also, did you notice every one of us had a little foam in our cup? Did you notice how the foam like overlaid your tongue and it just went like you were able to drink it super quick? Like it was just like
It was I taste the foaminess on my tongue.
yeah, like it wasn't delicious. Don't get me wrong, this isn't delicious.
Do you guys taste the pineapple?
I don't.
I
no.
don't. No, do you?
No.
No, either.
No,
do I.
I've also had like
He
two
has
different
pineapple
beers
on the
plus a High Life.
whatchamacallit.
I've had different
That's what he
beers.
said. Remember, he said he doesn't like pineapple.
Oh, you don't like
Yeah, and
pineapple?
I
I
asked
personally
him,
don't like
"Are you
pineapple.
allergic to it?"
No, I don't like pineapple.
Yeah, remember?
But
If you smell it, you can kind of smell the pineapple.
No, that's I noticed the
pineapple
the
juice,
the tropical smell, or the top tropical, yeah.
if you really smell it, you can. I can't taste it though.
I think two blunts do that to you.
I know, right?
Everything tastes good after two blunts.
Maybe it's the Corona. That's a side effect, you know.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know. Man, why are you gonna split this blunt and not roll it? After this article. I like it, but my thing is, what's really appealing about this, not to like make it,
those two, yeah.
not to make
The
like
white color.
not to make an infomercial or anything, but the color on these is actually really nice.
You like the color on it?
I do. The amber, it's almost like a mesquite wood look. I like it.
Nice.
Other than that, I'm not as impressed with this one as I
As the
was the
last one,
Moonraker. Yeah, good call on the memory recall on that, by the way, by the name, because I really did like that name of that.
You probably would have liked it, Trinidad. It was like a coffee.
Yeah, it was like kind of cafe tasting.
It was a s'mores beer, but it was like a coffee, like you said, cafe.
A
Like
s'mores, what do you mean?
like a frappuccino.
Just think
kinda.
like a coffee, a coffee beer.
Okay, it's like you know what tastes like coffee? Like a little bit like coffee? Guinness.
Yeah.
No,
Guinness
I'm
is
not
like a
the
night.
biggest fan of
Guinness-
Guinness.
it was a
I
dark
like it.
beer.
Guinness is like a
nitro.
Guinness is what it's called as a nitro beer.
Yeah,
that one
nitro
was
beers,
that one was
yeah.
made with nitrous.
So
Like or brewed with nitrous. Whatever.
okay, yeah. So those
Yeah.
nitro beers always like are like what are
Famous fuck.
they're like they're called stouts, I think.
I'm gonna send you the last episode, and I'm gonna tell you what to watch, and I'm like Trinidad would like this.
I'm surprised you don't kick it with Keith Keith that much because he has like a really good taste in alcohol.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna
has a
lie.
good palate.
Since since Keith started working where he works now, and since he become the manager, he gets to choose all the beer.
I know. He just decided maybe I shouldn't say this, but let's give a quick shout out to Fire Wings.
Yeah,
just
Fire
to help
Wings.
our boy Keith out. So Keith,
In the Sacramento,
our boy, Keith
Folsom
in
and Citrus
Sacramento,
Heights.
Folsom, Citrus Heights.
Fire Wings. If
He
you like
that.
chicken wings.
Hey, Fire Wings is up there with
Trinidad, if you
Buffalo
wanna go
Wild
with me
Wings.
tomorrow.
Fucking, I like them. them. I used to work there.
Yeah, if
They're
I have
fucking
time
good
for
food.
sure.
I'm gonna go there like around 1 or something.
Tomorrow? Oh yeah, no, I do have a job tomorrow, so I'm probably.
I do have a job tomorrow.
He's
Sorry.
like, I do have this piece of shit job I do tomorrow.
So real quick, 1 to 5. What do you rate this?
Take a sip real quick. Yeah, I was gonna say sip it and then rate it. Everybody should do that before they rate it. By the way,
1 to 5.
1 to 5. Okay.
If I'm gonna be honest.
I wish I had this. This was the first beer I had before we started drinking, so that way I can have a better
Palate.
because I've had like 2, 3 different beers before this one already.
it's all confusing on the
So
taste bud.
I'm a little tipsy right now, a little bit, but
All of us.
Yep.
That's how it
but
goes.
still I can taste it because I haven't had a drink of my other beer in a minute, and
I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5. Honestly.
yeah, like a 2 or
Nothing against them.
yeah.
No, yeah, nothing
It's
against the
just-
company, and I love their hashtag. Is that it right there? No, that's
it's
it.
that one.
What was it?
Beertainment.
Yeah. By the way, shout out Beertainment. Can I just kind of like adjust what you just?
I'm
went
gonna
on
have
real
to
quick?
try a different beer from them.
Definitely. Next time. Okay.
That's a good way to
I'll
put
get
it,
another beer
because
next time, and then
My thing is this. The smell is amazing. The taste leaves you wanting a lot more.
yeah, it definitely smells like pineapple. It's
Ye-
made with pineapple. You smell it.
You can smell the tropical.
definitely-
Yeah, the
in the
citrus,
in the
definitely
thing.
citrus.
But it leaves you wanting more flavor in the overall taste. Otherwise, it tastes like a rundown Sierra Nevada.
Kind of, yeah. That's
Or
what you're
watered
saying,
down.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. That's just my personal opinion. You can hate me on my own channel, Instagram official Cole Cannon. Send your hate that way.
So we'll finish this off with some WIRs, would you rathers. So,
What would you rather do, Journey?
would you rather be the Doom guy fighting against Hell, or would you rather be Nazi? Or
I'm not gonna be a Nazi.
would you rather be Wolfenstein guy when you're fighting through Nazi Hell?
I'd rather be the Doom guy. I'd rather be the Doom Slayer.
Yeah, I'd also rather be the Doomslayer.
I think,
What about you?
yeah, I'd probably be the Doomslayer just
Yeah,
because
fuck them Nazis, bro.
the Wolfenstein dude gets his head cut off by the Nazis.
Yeah, then put onto a fake body.
Yeah.
Hey, are you almost done with it?
Just be the Doom.
Doom or Wolfenstein?
Doom.
Doom, yeah. I'm on the last boss.
What do you play on Xbox?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard on
Um,
Xbox.
would you rather have no mouth but have really big eyes, or have no eyes but a really big mouth?
My mouth ain't getting fucked in no prison. I gotta have big eyes. Because it's all the better for seeing you with when I kick your ass.
It's all the better for seeing.
I agree with Josh on that.
Yeah, he hears me, bro. Fucking big mouth. I ain't gonna do nothing. Bite some fool.
I probably have the big mouth. just so.
He be on YouTube like, I'm making all the money.
Oh,
Eat hella
what are
food.
those called? Those SMNR videos? What are they called?
ASMR.
ASMR.
BDSM.
Yes.
Just
That's
play.
a Pornhub. I think.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's bind. I don't remember. Bind, dominate. I don't remember. I don't remember the rest of them.
Use your imagination.
Whatever. Yeah. I don't remember. I don't watch it, so I don't know.
Well, here's a throwback. Be stuck in the tallest building, and you're in the very top, but on your way down, you're either gonna meet an alien, like from Aliens, the movie, or Predator from obviously the Predator movies. On your way down from the tallest building, and it's just you and him, and all the obstacles in between to hopefully survive. And
I think the real question lands on who you're gonna land on that you're gonna may have a chance of surviving. And let me tell you, landing on an alien with acid blood, I don't think so. So the Predator, I would like aim his head at the ground and just be like, and I'd die.
Before I even, what you gotta say, Trinidad?
Wait, so I missed the question. So you're saying
Okay, before I even repeat this, I have to address Josh went straight to the scenario where he survived and straight up killed the fucking Predator. He's like, I'm using his own weapon against his head.
I was like, I'm gonna break my arm, but it's okay.
like a bug.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so let's say it's a 10-story building. You're at the very top.
Well, we're both dead.
It's been empty. It's been emptied. It's been emptied, but you're at the very top, and you do have knowledge that of your choice, there's either a predator, like, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about like a child molester, bro.
Wherever your mind went, yeah, it wasn't there.
I'm talking about a predator. Like
Alien versus Predator,
or
Predator,
the alien from
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get down!
It's either the Predator from Predator versus Alien or the Alien from Alien versus Predator. No, but you know what I mean, right? Well, if you had to face one trying to escape from one of those species, what would you choose?
Trying to escape from? I would personally probably try to escape from the fucking alien.
Yeah.
Predator is gonna fucking find you.
Yeah, with the heat vision and shit. Yeah.
And they'd fuck with you too. They'd be like,
I thought the question was who you. I thought, okay, this is okay. So we're all buzzing here. It's no secret, but this is where I'm at. I thought you asked who would you rather use as a fucking airbag falling off of a building. I was
oh
like,
my
dude.
god.
I was like, this Predator's going.
Okay, now I see what you'd be like. Oh my god,
Yeah,
it's a
like,
fucking Predator smash.
Yeah, dude. But if it's an alien, that acid blood's gonna melt you.
I love that train of thought.
I thought for
bro.
sure you thought
So
that.
okay, so for the question I asked, what would you say?
Who would I rather face off with?
Yeah.
No, run away with, escape from.
Yeah, try to escape
run
from.
away or escape from the alien. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you said. Yeah, because like it's
slower.
it's not just slower, but it's like the heat vision thing scares me. Because like, where are you gonna
And I
hide?
think it has no eyes. I don't think it has eyes.
You just make some fucking coffees on the coffee machine. It's gonna be like, whoosh, whoosh.
I was like, what is he talking about? I totally get what you're talking about now. That's
Okay,
so fucking dumb, dude. I love that.
Well,
He was making copies the whole time.
well, thank you so much, Josh, for having us over. I really appreciate it every time. Trinidad, thank you so much for coming out and recording with us.
I've been trying to.
I'm so glad you actually did come out. I'm glad we're going to be able to kick in. Pregos.
It's all good. Things get better. Don't worry. Stay positive.
But thank you so much, both of you guys, for being on the channel, being on the podcast.
Fucking Shnerdcast.
Really enjoyed it. Loved it. Don't forget to check out Cocane's channel.
Hey, yeah, new merch. I'm wearing it right now. Don't forget to head over to that store on November 21st. My new album, An Emotional.
Check out the description. Always check out the description. Thank you so much, everybody.
Shnerdcast.
Out.
Out. Shnerd.
Turn the Shnerd. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I like that.